Morning all, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. As you can see, I'm off out for a bit of a light green laning. I'm just out on my lunch break, and that sort of brings me to the point of the video really. Obviously, I'm sure anybody who's not living under a rock, certainly in the UK, will know we are in lockdown at the moment. And I've not been out green laning, so I want to have a talk about is green laning considered exercise in this video.
Spring comes like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends, stayed in bed till Wednesday.
So quick shout out to Ultimate Add-ons. I've been using this now for a while. Absolutely faultless, brilliant product. Never lets any water in. You can use the phone through the plastic screen. I'm not sponsored by them. I just wanted to give them a shout really because it's such a good product. Anyway, I digress. So point of video. Yeah, so I said on my last video I was waiting for some clarity about could we go green laning or not, or motorcycling in general. And this is probably going to be quite a controversial topic, so by all means get in the comments and feel free to share your opinions, preferably in a polite manner. Okay, so I'm just following the map. Is a bit difficult to follow View Ranger sometimes. Yeah, share your opinions in a polite manner if possible. But so I took some what's the word here? Guidance. I waited basically to see what was going to happen, and there has been. I didn't want to break any laws, clearly. But there's been some guidance recently. We're about 10 days into lockdown now, and I think it was yesterday or the day before actually, my local police station, after the story about the two women who got fined for going for a walk, my local police station put out some clarification that actually green laning or off-road biking, I'll put the actual wording on screen now, is classed as exercise as long as you follow all the other rules. So, you know, don't meet up with groups of people, don't socialise. I'm clearly on my own, by the way. Yeah, don't socialise, etc., all that stuff that we're not doing. So it is classed as exercise, and like, as far as I'm concerned, you know, off-road biking is, you know, it's definitely exercise. If it gets your heart rate going, look at these here, definitely dogging, 100% dogging. Yeah, it gets your heart rate going. You know, it's a definite workout, and I've been trying to do some things on my lunch, with working from home being quite a sedentary thing, and you tend to find yourself migrating from your office to the kitchen, back to the office again, and you look at your watch, or my iWatch, at the end of the day, and I've done like 14 steps. Whereas before, when I'd be going to the office in London, you know, you'd walk to the train station, you'd walk from the train station to the office, you'd walk from the office to the hotel, and you do 10,000 steps easy. So I've been trying to find other things to do other than just running and walking on dinner break. This little off-road route that I've got here on the Ranger, it's about 50-minute doorstep to doorstep from my house, so it's local. So the other question mark about using off-road bikes as your form of exercise is, well, you've got to stay within X amount of miles from your house. Some people say 5. Boris Johnson got caught doing a cycle ride 7 miles from his house. So the guidance from the police on the South Yorkshire Police wording was within your county. So as long as you're staying within your county, be that South Yorkshire or Humberside or wherever you want to be, you're not doing anything wrong. So I guess from the letter of the law, using your bike like I'm doing now, off-roading, green laning for exercise, is within the letter of the law. Now the question comes, and I know what will come in the comments, and it's fine, I respect everybody's opinion. I might not agree with it, but I'll respect it. But the question then becomes, well, okay, well, it's within the letter of the law, but is it morally right? So, there's a lot of pressure on the NHS at the moment. The last thing that they need is me arseholing off into that ditch and somebody needing to fish me out and fix a broken ankle or worse, God forbid. And that's a valid point. It genuinely is a valid point. My counter to that point, though, would probably be, well, I could run down here, or I could go for a run somewhere. I could run 5 miles away from my house, possibly. I'm not sure I'd make it that far, but I could run a distance away from my house. I could slip on something, fall over, break my ankle, and injure myself doing that. So where do you draw the line? I could crash cycling. Cycling is a universally legitimately regarded form of exercise. Easy to have a crash cycling, just as easy as it is on a off-road bike, in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Is this morally right? In my opinion, it is. I think on balance, everybody has to do what's right for them, right? And I'm not going to say my mental health is suffering, because that's a bit melodramatic. I don't think that's the case. But on balance, the benefits that I get from going off-road makes me feel better, it makes me sort of mentally more happy. It just makes me a happier person. I feel better I get more done at work, all that kind of stuff. I think on balance, if I balance the risk of could I have an accident versus the benefits I'm getting from doing this as exercise, only once in a while. This is the first time I've been out on this bike in a few weeks. I can't remember exactly, but a considerable amount of time. So when I balance all that up, to me, I think it's worth it. I don't think there's a risk. These are light green lanes, right? I'm not going out Mick Extensing it, or going out like I did with Andrew on the Peak Districts. They were some pretty hardcore lanes, certainly some of them. So yeah, so I just wondered what everybody's opinion was of that, really. Byways are still here, yeah? Oh, that's interesting. So they block this off, but this gate has been opened. This sign, just see what that says now. Yeah, you might not be able to see that sign, but so I came here before. There's a sign here on this gate that shows, in fact, I'll show you. Hold, please. So there's a sign that was on this gate, and this gate was shut. I don't know if you can see that. There's a car on a horse-drawn carriage, and a lady. I came down here because my interpretation of that, and I'm right by the way, is that single motorbikes can come down these roads. But a lady who was walking a dog very badly chastised me, shall we say, and was not polite. And she was absolutely inaccurate. She was totally wrong. So I just wanted to point that out really, you've got to be really careful. And I've since checked, by the way, just to be clear with the council, that this is legal. So yeah, look, for me, my heart rate's elevated. I get back, I'll have completed my exercise ring on my iWatch, I can guarantee that. So, just to show you, I just want to go and... So, just to prove a point, this is my iPhone, and I'll take you into my iWatch outputs for how many calories have been burned today. So, if you look, this is today. This morning I did a run. Extremely slowly, but if we go into today, if you look at the calories burned, this is the run here that I did at 6 AM, and then this first hump here, the sort of first until that little drop, that's all me riding the bike, and that shows you again in the exercise. So this here is me riding the dirt bike. This second hump here and here is cleaning it when I got back. So as you can see, there is way more calories burnt than a 5k run just riding the bike. So anyone who says it's not exercise, afraid it is. I've had fun, you know, I'll go back to work now, happier, more jazzed up. Still icy. Yeah, so that's my form of exercise really for today. Bit of green laning. I went for a run this morning as well, believe it or not. I'm still struggling with some lockdown and Christmas pies that need to be removed before I go to the racetrack. Oh yeah, on that note as well, so with lockdown, obviously things are cancelled. I was supposed to go to Andalusia in a couple of weeks. That's now cancelled. Track day companies plus flight companies have cancelled everything. So my next track day is UK one. My next track day is a UK one, which is Cadwell and then Donington, both end of March, and then I've got Silverstone 5th of April, I believe it is, and then we go to Portimao in May. So I'm hoping we can travel to Portimao in May, but we'll see. So look at the map. It's a bit hard, sometimes a bit hard to get. Yeah, okay, I've gone a different way than I was going to do actually. I'm still on piece though. This lane ends here anyway. Yeah, so look, I'm aware that this video might be an opinion splitter. Not everybody's going to have the same idea, and look, you know, if you don't agree, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, if you don't agree that this is valid exercise, hop in the comments by all means. Let me know what you think. I personally have the opinion that it's definitely legal, and on balance for me the risk and the benefits outweigh. Now the question is, another question actually, interesting, is what about normal motorcycling? My interpretation, that's all it is, and I looked at other interpretation from I think 44T shared something from that solicitor that they have on, is other than work and, you know, using motorbikes for your normal daily activities that are allowed, then motorbiking would not be, you know, normal biking would not be considered legal. So I think because off-roading can legitimately be considered form of exercise. I think it's different, but you know, just bobbing on the R1 down to the long way round to Tesco, shall we say. Pretty sure that that's going to get a fine, to be honest. So yeah, look, that's just my opinion on this. Just my 2 pence. Just try and navigate these green lanes. That'd be ironic, wouldn't it, if I ended up in hospital? There's no cars down there, that's fine. These are byways though. Yeah, so I'm going to go and head off now and just finish this little route that I've got, get a bike. I've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, so just one other thing as well to talk about while we're here. Let me just have a think about where I'm going here. Byways, these are all byways. That's where we are on the map. That goes down to the main road, so this is a route bike really. Let's you can head up here. This is the route I was going to take. Yeah, so I've another thing I wanted to just mention as well is I've set up a Patreon. I wasn't really sure where to do that or not, to be honest. But a couple of people had asked how they could support the channel, and look, if you want to, you do. If you don't, you don't. It makes no difference. The point of the Patreon, though, is I've set it up. There's 3 tiers on there. There's a basic tier. You could just, you know, leave me a tip and help me out and stop me going bankrupt buying stupid bikes. There's another tier where you get early access to videos. There's going to be lots of different ride-outs and meetups and off-road days and things arranged this year, God willing. So you get invites and notifications of that. I'll let you know what track days I'm going to do if you want to meet up at track days, all that kind of thing. Maybe we can do some off-road days with Andrew. That'd be pretty cool. See if he's up for that. But then there's another tier, top tier, where if you want to support the channel on there, all that proceeds goes to, there's going to be a, it essentially just goes to helping out with the cost of the channel, to be honest. You know, the bikes and the camera gear and everything else are not cheap, but that's up to me. You know, again, there's no obligation to support, absolutely none. So turn right. Yeah, look, there's no obligation to support the channel. Just watching, and even just watching, regardless of liking and subscribing, is more than I could ever dream of. Yeah, look, so yeah, so the top tier, that puts you in the draw. So one of the people, whoever's in that top tier, I will be giving away at the end of the year. I'll be giving away a free track day to one of the members of that top tier, and that's a paid for track day with me. I'll do it with you. The track is of your choice within the UK. They're the stipulations, right? So track day within the UK, anytime, any place. You know, you let me know which one you want to do, what time, what date, etc., and I'll book us both on it, and we'll go and have a whirl. It should be fun. So yeah, so again, there is I don't expect anyone to support it. I don't expect anyone to donate. I'm not in this for money. But you know, there are certain people asking, is there ways that we could do this and ways we could give bikes up? Patreon seemed like a good way of doing it. So just ignore this if you want, or if you really want to support. And thank you, by the way. I won't name them because they might not want to be named. But thank you to the 2 people who've already signed up to Patreon. I am immeasurably grateful. It's a big help. Like I said, there's a lot of costs involved, but That's my problem. So yeah, look, enough on that. If you want to support it, go over to patreon.com/mostlymotorbikes, and I will love you forever. If not, I still love you forever. Really slippy today. The mud is it's like a mixture of icy mud. Whoa. Yeah, the bike's just weaving around underneath me. I don't know if you can see that on camera. GoPros, well, I've noticed because of the stabilisation on these newer GoPros, this is an 8 black, by the way, it masks a lot of weaving around of the bike underneath you and stuff like that. So when I'm riding along and it's getting a bit hairy in my eyes, up here and left up here, yeah, it's getting a bit hairy in my eyes. On the camera it just looks like I'm gliding along and having a whale of a time. And sometimes it couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, that was a deep one. Oh, the back end is everywhere. Fairly surprised I stayed on there. Check now, where do we go? Down here, then left at the bottom. Right, we're heading back now. It's a nice little green lane lunch break. Very enjoyable. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, what your opinion is. Be interesting to know what you guys are doing and what you think about green laning. I'm not trying to push my opinion on anybody else, but it's just what I happen to think about it. So yeah, you do you and I'll do me, I think is the message. So yeah, so all that rambling aside, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. There's some more Ducati content coming soon. Hop into the Patreon again if you want to choose what exhaust I have on there. We're going to be looking at that soon. We're going to get an exhaust fitted. We're going to go and follow the bike through its pre-delivery inspection stuff and show you exactly what happens to it. So that should be interesting, I think. And then we pick it up in, what, 6 weeks? Woo-hoo-hoo. I can't wait. And then hopefully by that time the weather will be less manky. So yeah, look, we're going to knock it off now and call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers. If you can hit the like and subscribe if you like the video, and subscribe if you like the content, and for more content in general. It really helps me out and I appreciate it. So yeah, with all that being said, see you on the next one.